Hey, hi, here's an eye. You have two of them, normally, and they're pretty useful for seeing stuff, which is kinda cool, but they're also weird. Let me show you. A white background works better. I'll turn it up slowly because I value your eyeballs. Okay, now close one eye. Look here. Slowly move your phone towards or away from your eye until the dot disappears. I'll give you a few seconds. Pretty cool, right? But why does it happen? Short answer, you have a blind spot because of the optic nerve. Long answer, keep watching. First, let's take a look inside those slimy balls of yours. Light enters here, that's the cornea. It bends a bit because physics. Then it goes through here, that's the pupil. It's a hole, but it's fancy. It can change size because of this guy, the iris. It looks pretty, but it also has some muscles. Speaking of muscles, these ones are pretty important. They change the shape of this thing, your lens. It focuses light onto the back of your eye, kind of like a magnifying glass. Okay, boring bit's done. Here's the good bit. The back of your eye is called the retina. It's covered in these guys and these guys. Let's start with these guys. They're called cones for no obvious reason. They detect color, so there's actually three types: red, green, and blue. Sort of. Close enough. Your brain can mix them to make literally any color. The catch is, they only work in bright light, because apparently there's not much color to see when it's dark. So you also need these guys. They're called rods, also for no obvious reason. They're super sensitive to light, but they only see in black and white. Both rods and cones connect to neurons. These bundle together to form the optic nerve, basically a massive HDMI cable that connects to your brain. That HDMI cable punches a hole in the back of your eyeball, so that spot is blind. But you don't normally notice. That's because your brain absolutely loves messing with you. It fills in that spot with what it thinks should be there. That's why the dot disappeared earlier. And your brain actually does a lot worse. It blinds you incredibly often, like 3 to 5 times a second often. Let me explain. Remember these guys? They're not made equal. These guys are much higher resolution, and most of them cluster right here. That's your fovea. It's the only high resolution part of your eye, and it's tiny. Hold your thumb out at arm's length. Look at your fingernail. That tiny. But you see a much larger area clearly. How? Because your brain constantly makes your eyes do gymnastics. About 3 to 5 times a second, your brain briefly blinds you. Whilst you're blind, your eyes dart around and take snapshots of what your fovea sees. Then, your brain stitches them all together, and that's what you see. That's a lot of work, so it takes a lot of time. That means your vision is delayed by about 1/10 of a second. Sometimes. You see, if you're laying in bed, that 1/10 of a second makes no difference. But if you're catching a ball, you'd be pretty useless if you were 1/10 of a second late. So your brain just casually predicts the future. It imagines lots of scenarios for where the ball could be, and picks the one that actually happens. Yeah, it takes a while to wrap your head around that. For now, you should use those slimy balls of yours to find the subscribe button. And remember, your vision is just your brain having a field day on Photoshop.